I'm in the process of making a wicking bed to grow my garlic this year. We do suffer from onion root rot, so I'm going to grow the garlic in compost in a self-watering container. What I've got so far is I'm using an old council recycle bin. Because it's got holes in the bottom, I've lined it with a waterproof membrane. I've then got 4 ice cream tubs. I've made some holes in the bottom of them, I don't know if you can just see, and I've joined them together with these little short pieces of hose, and I've got a larger piece of hose coming out as a drain plug. I will put the lids on all of those later. I've also got an old lemonade plastic bottle that I will use to water the containers. So what will happen is the water will sit in the ice cream containers. I will pack compost around the sides and in the middle, all the way round, and then bring it up and put a layer on the top, and that will be the medium for wicking the water up into the growing compost. So this is just stage 1. So what I did, I just drilled holes in each of these containers to put the hose pipe through. I put a hole in this lid to secure the watering bottle, and I've just tied the top of that watering bottle to the side of the recycle bin. So that's stage 1. Right, the next stage is to start to pack compost all around the edge of the ice cream containers, because this compost will act as the wick that soaks up the water and lifts it up to the growing medium. I'll pack it down, try and use all the gaps. And to help get the compost down and settled around these containers, I'm going to give it a water. Because obviously if there's any holes where there's no compost, there's nothing to wick the water up. It must be packed quite firmly. So I'm going to fill these up now. And I'll just keep filling until the water comes out that last. That's right, the overflow is working, it's just coming out of the overflow. I've lined about 1/2 inch of compost on the bottom, and that will be the wick that's used to bring up the moisture to the growing medium. I've just added some wicking mat on the top of that compost. And this will help stop the roots of the plants going through and getting bogged down in water. So the growing medium will sit on top of that mat. Right, I'll put a bit more water in, see if the overflow works properly. Yes, it's coming out. So that's full up. I don't know if you can see that just coming outside. There we are. So the excess water is coming out. So that's now full, ready to use. Now the growing medium is going to be compost and vermiculite mixed together, and it's just put in lightly. You don't pack it down too tight, you just put it in lightly. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'll mix it in here, it's going to be easier. Compost in. Right, that is now ready to plant my garlic. Now in a container you need to plant your garlic 4 inches apart, so that's what I'm going to do next. Before I plant the garlic, I'm going to just sprinkle some slow release fertiliser and then I'll just gently mix that in before I plant the garlic. Just pat down gently. Right, this one is for small items, and I've got a 4-pint milk container in there that can fill up to half its height, leaving about 6 inches of depth of growing medium above the wick. And again, there's the drain hole, so it doesn't actually get overfilled with water. So that's one of them. The next one is bucket in bucket, and this one you fill up at the side, and if I lift this up you can see there's a wick on top of an ice cream container with water in the bottom. So the wick wicks up the moisture into the soil to water the plants. So there are lettuce in there, winter lettuce, and there winter lettuce. And this is the one I've just made for my garlic.